It doesn't matter. Will be anyhow.
With the weather threat, Missy's joining. We were supposed to have bad weather down now. It's like we're down where she lives, worse.
Mhm.
So she decided to be proactive.
I'm not sure. I can record these if you want still. No, yeah, I'm not sure because it was fine, it was just one chair, but I can take a picture of how I had to set it up and Kathy's like, do I have to ask like 3 people now? Because I need one chair, at least for a laptop, one chair, and then the tripod, then my chair at the back. So they were like, yeah, so I don't know. That's the only reason I didn't people want back, and I always once it was posted on there, and just do it as the link to you guys to at the bottom so people can click it. But yeah, I'm just like, they're recording because the main reason they're doing it is because no one wants, you know what I mean? We want to make sure someone wants. She's just like, you have to set up.
Brings to the track work. Yeah.
No, I need to see.
Or related.
No.
If that doesn't work, then might just keep. If it don't work, somehow.
You got see the picture.
We did that last time.
Well.
I'll call it for, I'll call it.
Oh, the recorder.
Yeah.
Oh, no, where is it? I have no idea. I'll go get it. I'll go get it. Oh, are you sure? Yeah. I didn't log it.
It'll definitely be after that.
Okay.
Because we got 2 loads going over.
Okay.
So, I'll call it 4 load. And it may be tomorrow.
That's fine too. That's fine. I think so. I think so. Yeah. Yeah. Where? Yeah. You learn hardly. Starts like.
Oh. Hi there. Okay, thank you. Oh, the mess in that. Yeah, we're recording. We're not, recording on, this is everybody, Joyce will be here.
Joyce one. We'll call the April 5th Decatur County Board of Zoning Appeals meeting to order to comply with Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Decatur County requests its participants in this meeting complete a voluntary anonymous survey that is available on the table in the back of the room. The first item on our agenda is the approval of the minutes from the January 4th meeting, our last meeting. These were quite lengthy and everyone should have received them in their packet. Does anyone have any additions or corrections to those? We need a motion to accept those.
We accept minutes as provided.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Minutes are accepted. First petition, BZA petition 2023-3, Shannon Myers is requesting a special exception in an A1 zoning classification to operate a dog grooming business on his property. This request falls under Decatur County Ordinance number 1920 and a variance from the required setback of 150 feet to 115 feet from the adjoining property line. The property is currently owned by the petitioner and is located 302 South Iron Mine Road, Westport in Sand Creek Township. Shannon, if you could come up and tell us a little bit about your project.
Come up here.
Just go right up there.
What I'm wanting to do is do my dog grooming business from home. I was 6 months shy of 10 years of having my own business in Jennings County. They came in to do some repairs on my building and I rented the building and the building cannot be salvaged, so they're tearing the building down, so I've lost my business. At this point, I'm unemployed, that all happened February 20th. So this is what I'm trying to do, is just get my business at home. It'll be grooming only, it won't be any kind of boarding or nothing like that. I do anywhere from 4 to 6 dogs a day.
It'll be during the work hours, probably 8 to 4, something like that. It ain't gonna be through the evenings or real early.
So you're typically running, you say maybe 20 people a week through?
Yeah, probably somewhere right in there, yeah.
We gonna do this out of an existing structure that you have there? Or there's no proposal, or is there a proposal for a new structure?
I've got a building permit to put a
That's
different
the
building in the
variance.
area.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. What type of building? Just a small?
16 by 20
Okay.
building.
Close drain,
No, this would be full construction, stick built.
stick built.
Okay.
And the building will go where out on location?
Okay, whenever you get to the top of
You've
the
got a
driveway.
pointer up there.
I don't think it's there.
Is it not there anymore?
No, no, what happened to it?
Somebody stole it.
Yeah, we
Can I walk around there and show you?
Yeah.
It's gonna be on the back side of the right
In
way.
between a house and a cedar tree to the north. No, up higher. Yeah, from
Okay.
there.
Right along that adjacent.
Almost dead center of that property, yes. Right now.
I guess my question is with the acreage that we have there, why the decision to move within 115 feet from the,
I have existing sewer right there on that property as people's came out from courthouse, gave us papers for who had to check it. And there's one sitting there, so that's why I chose that, because I've got water and sewer right there at that spot already. There used to be a trailer that sat right there when I first moved in, and they made me tear it down. But that's all still there.
And it fits in with the driveway.
And the driveway's right there with it, yes.
So 150 feet would be on the north side? Or the east side? Which property line?
The closest is gonna
That
be
one
their
right
property
there,
line up there, yeah, to the north would be the closest. It's not, you can come on back down off of that cedar tree that you see there and keep trucking, keep coming. Memorial, right in there is where it'll be at. Just right off the side of the driveway.
Sir, what is your name?
My name is Larry Myers.
Thank you.
The existing driveway, you think is sufficient to handle?
Yes, I can park 6, 8 cars. There'd only be one person
Yeah, there's
there at a
only
time too.
I only do one dog at a time, so they'll pull in, they'll drop the dog off, they'll leave, and then I'll call. And then they'll come and get their dog, and then the next one will come in.
You got any questions?
No, it's pretty straightforward. And she's definitely not in a highly populated area. Do you have any signage out in front?
I
So
don't
you're
plan
just
on
working-
advertising, I just plan on doing the existing customers already have. I mean, I had a full schedule. I was doing pretty good at my other business, and, I mean, everybody's throwing a fit that I've had to leave, but
That's all I know.
Gary, anything else?
No.
No, pretty straightforward.
Anybody from the audience? Harold, I know you're a neighbor there. Got any comments or concerns?
No, it's not interfering with me. But I got an easement that runs down along that fence road back to another field of mine back there.
yeah, it's
I don't
not,
have a problem there.
Yeah, we'll hear that.
not doing anything with that.
So are you the adjoining one owner to the north, then adjoining one?
Yeah, on the.
To the east.
yeah, on the north side,
East.
yeah.
On both sides?
Right next, well, be next to,
Be on this side.
yeah,
Okay.
it just comes off of our mine road and runs along that fence road there all the way back to,
Yes, on the south end of the property,
Yeah.
right there.
that would be on the east side, wouldn't it?
That's the south side of the property.
Yeah, that's.
Heading to the east.
The variance for the.
He's got a 30-footer in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're on the opposite side then, aren't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the closest people to me is,
Bob and Sherry.
Mhm.
Drew, right there. Drew, Christina, Herman.
Okay.
And that's still a couple hundred yard out.
Yeah.
And again, this approval is just for a pet grooming business, no boarding,
No
no
boarding.
multiple animals at any time.
Just grooming only.
In and out.
Board members, do you have any other questions? Hearing none, I'll look for a motion.
I move to vote on BZA 2023-3.
My second?
We have two things here we're voting on.
Yeah,
Yes.
Simultaneously, yes. She needs both of them, so.
Now read the votes. Gary Fisher, yes. Rick Cohen, yes. Jamie Livingston, yes. Brad Shooty, yes.
all right, Shannon,
you.
Your petition passes. Good luck.
Thank you.
And stay in touch with the office as you build your new little structure.
Okay.
Next item on the agenda, Harold Callahan with some pond concerns.
Yeah.
Harold, if you want
You know
Take the
situation-
podium.
You know the situation, Matt.
to, yeah. You want to explain it to these guys?
Yeah. Thank you. What's that? Oh, okay. Is it gonna be up there?
Yeah, when I get back over there.
Okay,
I'll
fine.
answer.
Do you want me to help you with that pointer?
Huh?
Do you want me to help you with that pointer?
No, you good.
Okay.
So we're ready?
Yep, go ahead, Harold.
Okay, the deal is that Nicholas Coleman had a pond built 2 years ago right above my property, which would be, you don't even have the pond on there. There it is.
There.
This is my property here. Okay, he built a pond here. And now this pond's leaking down on me, running down into my field. A constant flow of water running through this area right here. And as more water gets in the pond, the more water comes out, and now the whole backside of that field has got water standing. You know, I mean, it's got, I realize there's a ditch right here, or whatever you wanna call it, where the water does run down through there, but it dries up when it comes planting, before planting season. But now it don't dry up at all. It's just a constant flow of water. And the pond doesn't even have a spillway put in it yet, which is no concern of mine, but the more water gets in the pond, the more water runs down in my fields. And I've talked to everybody, and nobody, Dave Osborne out of Ripley County, I talked to him, he's a pond specialist, or whatever you wanna call it, works out of Purdue. And I had him come and look at the pond. Nicholas wants it fixed. Ed Johanneman is the one built it. And he says it's not leaking, but the water is coming from someplace, and it has to be that pond.
Did they come out and do any digging to,
Who, Johanneman's?
yeah,
Well, they dug right on the pond, right up on the dam. Just probably 20 feet long. That's all they done. And I've talked to Nicholas 2 or 3 times, and he says he wants it fixed for my benefit, you know what I'm saying? But Ed says it's not leaking. Well, Dave Osborne says it is. And the more water gets in it, the more water runs into my field. But it's not showing, I mean, you can see where it comes right out from underneath the pond. You know what I'm saying? At the bottom part of it.
is it coming out on his side and running onto you?
Yeah. And it's worse now. The time you looked at it, it's getting worse. I mean, I know we got a lot of rain, but still, even, you know, last summer when we had 4 months of dry weather, there was water laying in my field.
Our only dilemma is we don't have any way to enforce anything. In other words, it's a hearsay problem, and if Nick wants it fixed, you know, it's up to whoever built the pond, or Nick,
Right.
to look into that matter. And we don't really have any legal binding way. It would have to be proven beyond a doubt that that is where the water's coming from. I mean, and even then, it's still, we don't have anything in our ordinances that can force him to tear it completely out.
Well, I don't have a problem with that, but I've got estimates here on what it costs to fix it. The way it should be fixed.
Which would be, what's the
In my
suggestion?
field, yeah, in my field, put a dam in.
I'll just tile up with a dry
Tile, yeah,
dam.
and the thing of it is, that's to run the length of that field
Right.
through the creek.
Is there not any tile in that field now?
No, well, there is now, because the county put one in there, but on the other end.
But not,
No.
nothing out through the middle, like up that draw.
I mean,
There's the estimate.
natural water flow is east to west, is that what you said?
Yeah, down to
Yeah.
Panther.
So where would the overflow be when he puts it into the pond?
Supposedly it's gonna be over here, I don't know,
Down towards the highway.
it's supposed to go underneath the highway, yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to hit the culvert down there on the highway and completely divert around him.
I mean, I've got pictures here on my phone, I got pictures over there too.
What's the distance from the pond to the property?
Hang on, I'll tell you.
You mean from where, from here to here? I don't know what.
About 110 feet. So this is for dry dams, this is for all the draws.
Yeah.
What this is for.
No, that's just for one. Well, there's two places it's leaking.
Well, they got 2,500 foot of tile. and
Yeah,
it's
that's gonna
only-
run across the 10-acre fields and all the way.
It's only 780 feet across that field.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't need, well, this is-
In other words,
I don't
they've
know.
they're putting a lot more tile in than just that run.
Right. Well, I don't, he just come up and looked at it and gave me an estimate on what it would cost to get it fixed.
So where's
Here, Rick,
the natural flow of this property pre-pond?
right here. I mean, that's what the draw is from. I mean, this was all just, it all ran right through here.
Okay, so nothing went south
No.
before, it's not an issue that the water's not running around the pond from another direction.
No,
So
No.
this is the draw. Yeah, it kind of comes through here, it's like pushed out.
Yeah, that's the original draw. It was dammed up.
I was just questioning, is there any water flow coming this way that's now diverted here instead of into the
No.
pond or?
No.
no,
Okay,
It was all, I mean, that's just the lay of the world there.
that's.
My
that's
only
what I
thought would be, because if you're saying Nicholas wants it fixed and measuring across that field, if you've got, say, roughly 800 feet there
right.
to get that tile across there. I mean, that's,
But the thing of it is, I gotta divert water from this ditch line here up here on the hill, it's leaking too, and running down on the hill there.
yeah, I don't think that would be too hard to do, really. In other words, you could
He's gonna
catch
put
it
another
all.
tile in there, yeah.
Yeah, just a little tile up to that. I mean, you could dry that up pretty easily with a tile through there, but it wouldn't have to be that full amount.
We moved a lot of dirt.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a
And what Dave Osborne is saying is probably the pond is sitting on rock. Because my creek,
yeah, Panthers
yeah,
rock bottom.
So-
Coming, percolating up, maybe not going through the dam.
Well, either
This is
that
all
or it's
dam
hitting the
here.
spring. I mean, where it's running now, it probably was a spring at one time, but it'd always dry up every.
it always dries before planting season.
I would go to Nicholas with a proposition of putting a tile across that field and capturing the water. And in other words, if he's wanting to fix it,
He's
then
wanting somebody to fix it. He don't wanna, I mean, he's not gonna, he don't wanna figure he should pay it out of his pocket, and I don't wanna pay it out of my pocket for sure, because it's not on me. It wasn't there before, and it is now. The water being there constantly. And it all summer long.
Tell me more about the spring you mentioned, Harold.
It's not, there's not a spring there.
There's not.
No, there never was a spring there.
Okay, I like you mentioned that there.
well,
That I
would
know
say
of, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it was a
It-
natural drain, yeah.
I mean, it ran. yeah, that's gonna be your best option. And you can, I mean, Denny is gonna be pretty expensive to move from Elizabethtown. I've worked with those guys before. Mhm. In other words, you could get somebody local, like Bob Hardenbeck or somebody, would be more cost effective, but I mean, you're gonna have to get Nicholas on board with it. Would you be opposed if Nicholas hired somebody to do it?
As long as he does it, as long as it's done and gets paid for it, yeah, I wouldn't care. I mean, he told me to get an estimate, he did, you know what I'm saying? And this is the only
Yeah.
guy I knew, and the reason why I know him is because he's doing tiling
Yeah.
around Westport now.
Right. This is a little small for him, but, I mean, he could do it, no doubt
Yeah.
about it.
But we need to get a sand tile or a dry dam or something put in there to keep.
Yeah, you could do it,
So what, I mean,
with gravel bed.
I mean, this doesn't fix the problem of a leaking pond, this just takes the water that's leaking and diverts it.
Right,
The
What's-
pond's filling.
Okay, so it's not an issue of poor
There's
dam
no water,
construction
no,
or-
there's no water that really runs into it, it is filled.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's not leaking a lot, but it's enough to be the nuisance on Harrell.
Sure.
So that's where I'm more apt to, kick it back to Nicholas and say, if you're willing to have somebody put a tile through there.
well, he told me that he's talked to Ed Johann 2 or 3 times, and Ed didn't talk to him. And I've been over to see Ed's house. Ed should be responsible for fixing it, right?
It depends on how it leaked. You can't really tell. I talked to Ed about it. He cut a good keyway in and he had glacial till on all of it, which is what you want to see when you're building a keyway on a pond dam. But I don't know what's underneath of the pond.
Yes, it's it. And I'm just here to get the problem solved, you know what I'm saying? I've been fighting it for 2 years and I'm tired of fighting it. Either, we need to get something done.
Hey, Brad.
Yeah,
Hi, this is Melissa Scholl.
the voice from above.
No, I just want to state that, listening to everything and having reviewed the photographs and everything, this is not an item for our board.
No,
I have not heard anything that would make it an item for our board to have any involvement in. So I think your recommendation is accurate to send it back. It's going to be an issue with the property owners, maybe the installer, but that's more of a civil situation that they will handle privately. But everything I've heard, I do not believe there's anything for our board to address with this matter.
okay, that's kind of what we were talking about, but I'm trying to find a solution here.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead, Harold.
Why is that? I mean, the zoning board approved it. Why don't they expect things when they, when something like this happens?
There is no zoning violation.
Pardon?
There is no zoning violation.
So there was nothing done wrong. We don't have, nor could we staff an engineer to do a construction inspection on a pond. And that's what it would take. Or it would cost us more tax dollars to fund that individual.
Well, I pay my taxes every year. You know what I'm saying?
So regardless of that, this board themselves can't do anything, but let me talk to Nicholas again and approach him with this, because I don't think anybody's actually went to Nicholas and explained to him that a single tile, this estimate would be hard to swallow,
Well,
But-
yeah,
but you can do it a lot cheaper than that
yeah.
and solve the problem.
I haven't tried anybody else.
Yeah.
He was just working locally there and I
You
talked to
stopped
the
and
guys
talked
there
to him.
and they said, yeah.
Let me reach out to Nicholas. I mean, I'm gonna try to help
I appreciate it. But that's-
and see what he says, because if he says he's wanting to get it fixed, then that at least tells me he's willing to talk about it.
He even talked about taking Ed to court. I don't know if you know Ed Johann, but he's a hard guy to get along.
Well, he didn't really without going through $25,000 worth of engineering, you'd never know what was under there.
Right.
And technically, the dam is built correctly, so.
The thing of it is, more water gets in the pond, the more it leaks out on me, what I'm saying.
If that's a percolation issue that's coming up from the bedrock that Ed may not have known about when he built the pond, it's not a poor dam construction, it sounds like.
Yeah,
Seems like we can get three guys to get along here and put some tile down and rock shoot, some stuff in there, grab a hold of it,
yeah, it'll dry it out.
take it on down to the creek, you've got an outlet for it.
Yeah, yeah, there's definitely an
That's a
outlet.
lesson.
Well,
And it'll
we're
help.
gonna get all three guys together.
It'll help the draw out. Well, let me talk to Nick and see what he thinks. I mean, that's all we can do. That's more than you've got done so far, or been able to get
Yeah,
done.
well, I talked to everybody in Decatur County. And everybody told me the same thing, was a silver matter. Well, I should have come out of my pocket. You know, I didn't cause it. So somebody else shoved the crap off on me and I have to pay the expenses. And I don't like that, you know, it's not right.
Yeah, another thought, which Rick and I have both done this, but as renters of ground, we've tiled ground before that we rent. A lot of it, and just for the benefit of the ground. So it's not gonna hurt that field to have tile.
Well, I agree, but, you know,
Well, let me talk to Nicholas
all right,
and
you might take it. Now, if he don't agree to it, what do I do?
you're gonna have to
I'm
deal.
shit creek without a paddle.
Yes, because there's nothing that we can do. You'll have to deal with him and Ed.
My recommendation would be that you would hire an attorney then and they would file a lawsuit for you.
Yeah, who pays the bill on that? Me?
Well, that is something that would be part of the litigation, would be you asking for legal fees, but that would be through the consultation with your private attorney.
In other words, if you won, they would. If you won,
Yeah,
the
they'd have to
case,
pay the
that
fees.
would be part of what you build up
But
or
Nick's a
set up
good,
with your
Nick,
lawyer.
you know, Nick's a good guy, a good friend, you know, I don't want him.
That's why sometimes it's just better
You
to get in
know.
the same room and work it out.
Yeah. All right, that was the last item on our agenda. Seeing nothing else, I'll look for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
All those in favor say aye. Now, you got any next month, Krista?
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Can I ask a curious question?
Everybody's in the same.
When you was planning on doing the tile,
Y'all have a great day.
where
Thank
would
you,
that
guys.
lead to? I seen where there was like a line running through where the water was running out.
Have a good day.
Would that tile go underneath where it is naturally running?
Just off to the side.
Now, this is my daughter.
Yeah, it'd run just off to the side, because that would dry everything up all the way to the creek. And then you have an infiltration, you either have a gravel pad or a stain pipe or anything right up there on the property line
Alright.
to catch the water, you put it in the tile and you go under. That's what I'm gonna suggest to him.
You'll get back with me then?
Yeah, let me talk to Nick and
Okay.
Alright, thank you.
see what we can get out of it.
Excuse me. You want to see me?
Well,